Hello, and welcome to the public version of Wellness Wednesday. So, how is everybody doing today? Sometimes I just got done doing Wellness Wednesday inside the private Facebook group, the Wellness Circle. I can put that link here. Let's see. And it's a private Facebook group. We do all kinds of fun stuff. It gives us a little bit more privacy from posting our business publicly, I guess. There's the link for you to join. So today I did a Wellness Wednesday. We talked about sound frequencies and how frequencies can have a healing effect on your body. And so today we're going to talk here on the main page on daily habits to support your metabolism. Metabolism has been front of mind for me because I just recorded the newest episode of the Root Cause Revolution podcast about antioxidants and why they're critical for your healing path. And part of that information is around or about antioxidants and metabolism and how that works, right? And then the other thing that's got me thinking about metabolism is today on Instagram, I shared something that is gaining a little bit of attention, and it's that food is the most concrete energy that we put into our bodies, right? It literally becomes what we are, and that is through the process of metabolism. And so let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about what metabolism is. Your metabolism includes all those processes in your body that converts food, the food that you eat, into energy, right? And that looks different for every single one of us, both in the food that we choose to eat and how our bodies manage to put that into energy. When we're thinking of like antioxidants and free radicals, we know that one place that free radicals happen is the metabolism process, right? And like I said, I don't want to dive into that too much here. It's too heavy of information without the full backup information of the episode. So that'll be out tomorrow. Yeah, publicly tomorrow. But if you're on the email list, you'll get a link to listen to it today. So the rate at which our bodies process food, our metabolism rate, is dependent on so many factors, genetics and diet, medical history, all kinds of things. The interesting thing is that there's not just one thing you can do to speed up your metabolism. There's not really like a supplement you can take that's going to boost your metabolism. All that's just marketing BS, right? And our metabolism a lot of times is based on things that we can't control. We do know like the genetic aspect of it. You're born with a certain set of genes, but then your lifestyle, what you're exposed to, the food that you eat, it gives your body the information to turn those genes on and off. So although you can't control those factors, there's many things you can do to influence or support your metabolism and boost your metabolic rate. Having a boosted metabolic rate is not always a good thing. Here's an example. If you are somebody who is having 3, 4, 5 bowel movements a day and they're really, really loose, then your metabolism is revved up too far, probably to try to get rid of something, but it's revved up too far. On the flip side of that, if you are eating and drinking plenty of food, right? You're having enough to nourish your body and you're not producing 2 well-formed bowel movements a day, then your metabolism is probably too slow and you're probably seeing a lot of side effects from that. And it could be something that is traditionally thought of as going with that, like weight gain, all the way up to, skin problems or hormone problems or any number of things that can be caused by that stagnation. So it's a spectrum, just like everything else in life, right? There's not a right or a wrong, good or a bad. It's a spectrum. So let's talk about some daily habits that you can implement to support your metabolism. One of which is what I'm doing right now and what we talked about last time, staying hydrated and staying hydrated all day long. As soon as you wake up, drink a glass of water, okay? Drinking water first thing in the morning starts to wake up your metabolism and get things moving. And that doesn't mean drink a glass of water in the morning, then switch to coffee and then to tea and then to, God forbid, soda. I hope you're not drinking soda. That's a topic for another day. And then to wine at night and then drink water again the next morning. No, you have to drink water all day long. You have to be in that water bottle all day long. The digestive system needs water to function. A lot of times I'll have people say that, I have constipation or even all the way up into IBS constipation. IBS-C is what that's usually called. And if you look at the fat, fiber, and fluid balance, that's the issue, right? It's not that there's actually anything wrong with your digestive tract or your metabolism. It's the fuel that you're putting in there, right? So getting a good jump start in the morning and carrying that water intake with you all day long, particularly right now when it is hotter than hell outside. And every time you go outside to even do a little bit, you just start sweating, right? If you're losing water, sweat is a good thing. But if you're losing a lot of water, then you have to be putting a lot more water in, and electrolytes, minerals, right? The second thing you can do to keep your metabolism moving is move your body daily. Now, I'm not saying that you have to suit up, go to the gym, suit up, go for a run, that you have to lift heavy weights or any of those things, but movement is key. Getting things moving in your digestive system, you have to move, right? It's one of the very best ways to support your metabolism right after making sure you give, the right ingredients to have a good metabolism. You can do walking. You can do water aerobics, you can do yoga, you can do chair yoga, you could do deep diaphragmatic breathing, right? All of those things count as movement. Strength training, of course, boosts your metabolism as well. If you have an office job, if you sit in front of a computer all day, like I do for at least half the day, stand up periodically, take a short walk, take advantage of, if you're in a more traditional work setting where you like work for somebody else, take advantage of your lunch break, get your steps in. You don't have to have 10,000 steps, but you got to get some steps in. And what I like about strength training, even if you're lifting low weights, even if you are not ambulatory, you can't walk around and all you can do is sit and do strength training or do body weight strength training if you don't have the equipment, is that strength training stimulates your muscles and then your metabolism stays stimulated long after the workout's complete, much longer than any other type of exercise or movement. And it helps to build muscle too, which of course increases your metabolism, increases the amount of energy, increases the amount of energy your body uses, right? Also can make you more hungry. The next thing you can do to really support or enhance your metabolism is eat fiber, and not like Beneful, like the scoop of Metamucil. That is just in like the very worst case scenario. But fiber in general is a very wonderful and important nutrient. Most people aren't getting enough of it. Sometimes I'll have people track their food intake. So I'll say, okay, let's track your food intake for a week. Now I have everyone do a food, mood, poop journal where we take what you're eating, but not necessarily how much, and compare it to your symptoms and compare it to your bowel movements. But sometimes I'll go the extra step and have people actually track how much and what they're eating. And guess what? I'm not looking at calories. I'm looking at macronutrients like fiber, like water, like your omega-3 fatty acids, what you're eating, like how much vitamin D you're taking in, like what kinds of fats you're eating. I don't care about the volume. What I'm looking for are the RDI of those macro and micronutrients. That's recommended daily intake or required daily intake. And I'm looking to see, are you getting enough of those? I don't care how many calories you're eating. And so it's the same thing with fiber. You need 30 to 40 grams of fiber in a day. Most people are getting like 10 to 12, okay? And 30 to 40 can be difficult. Like I have to work to get 30 to 40 myself. And I eat like my salad bowl. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I'll post it today. My salad bowl for lunch will be, huge, like as big around as a medium pizza and a big deep salad bowl, right? But we have to have fiber. We have to have it for the healthy bacteria in our gut. Our bodies can't digest it. And so our bodies work extra hard to break it down, which burns more energy. It keeps you feeling fuller for longer, which means you won't have to eat as often, all of those things. But the main point of fiber is digestive health. And from digestive health, everything else grows, right? Tara says 100%. My biggest issue and weakness is moving or fiber. Clarify. I don't know when the comment was dropped compared to what I was talking about, because there's a delay. There's about a 30-second delay. Let's see. I got two more for you. Okay. The next one is practicing mindful eating. And we're going to talk about this in the Wellness Circle next week. Next Wellness Wednesday, we'll talk about hunger cues, physical and mental hunger cues. We'll talk about eating mindfully, and we'll talk about which types of people don't have physical hunger cues or absorb or track their physical hunger cues from other people. But and part of that we'll talk about is this mindful eating. But your metabolism works best when it is fueling the body that it is meant to fuel. Tara says fiber. Yeah, fiber can be tricky. There's some ways around it, especially if you eat a smoothie, but fiber can be tricky. But your metabolism works best when it is powering, right? You think of your metabolism as a little electrical powerhouse and it powers your whole body. When it is powering the size body that it's meant to power. And that could be anything from people who are too thin to people who have outgrown their genetically kind of gifted or their body type, or you could call it a dosha. That's what they call it in Ayurveda, or your human design. And that could be from extra fat tissue. It could be from extra muscle tissue, right? It's just because you're stacked with muscles and you're ripped and you got these big shoulders, that doesn't mean that that's what's right and appropriate for your body type, your original nature-given, God-given, source-given body type, right? So becoming more mindful of what and how much you eat and sort of what your general design is so that you can live in alignment with that will help you to better understand your eating habits, better understand your hunger cues and how those work for you. So, for example, people who eat dinner while they're watching TV or talking on the phone, or me, I ate breakfast sitting in front of the computer this morning checking my emails, which is a no-no. But it happens, right? But these habits tend to lead, depending on what type of person you are, to overeating, especially if you're eating, like I said, while distracted. So mindful eating is the practice of taking the time to enjoy your meals, be present with your meals, give thanks for your meals, and it helps you to be able to stop when you're full. And so mindful eating happens generally for most, but not everyone. Some people need action, and that actually helps to stimulate digestion. But we'll talk more about that in the Wellness Circle next Wellness Wednesday. The last tip for you is getting enough sleep, okay? Critical. Like most bodily processes, your metabolism needs sleep and rest to function optimally. Lack of sleep disrupts your metabolism, slows down your metabolic rate. Sleep deprivation increases appetite, increases cravings, especially for things that are high in sugar or salt or caffeine. And this is because sleep deprivation actually disrupts hormones, including the hunger hormones. So a consistent sleep schedule does wonders for your metabolism, your overall health and wellness. If you want more information on sleep, I talk about that in episode 116 and 117. So audreychristie.com/116. And you can listen to that episode. There might even be a typed out article that goes along with it. At some point I stopped typing the blogs as well, because it just got to be too much, right? Typing the blogs and typing all the notes on my clients and patients and all that stuff. So it's just audio now. Plus, I'm not great at proofreading. So I'm not great at proofreading. So, and I don't like errors or mistakes. So if you combine the two things, then it's best for me to talk than to type, and save the typing for when I publish articles and, big publications rather than on my website. So, one last thing. I think I told you already, if you're on my email list, you'll get an email this afternoon. You'll get links to both to this video and the Wellness Circle video. So you can join the Wellness Circle if you're not already in it. You'll also get early access to the antioxidants episode, why antioxidants are critical to your healing path. And third announcement is that I'll have 10 slots for private one-on-one clients opening up in August. And so I'll be sending out a notice that that's happening today. But if you're on the wait, you'll get the opportunity to join the wait list. If you're on the wait list already, you'll get that formal invitation to take one of those 10 spots on Friday. Please know that there's only 10 spots and there's, I think, 70 something people on the wait list. So you want to be watching for that email if that's something that interests you. Oh, and it's the 28th, so there's 3 days left of the Inner Voice Balancing Harmonics 50% off code left. That code is July 50. And I can put the link right here. It's just $20 for 4 treatments. It's a treatment that you do at home. Code July, no space, 50. So that'll turn off on its own at midnight on the 31st. Ooh, the preview picture is not very pretty, but that is all that I have for you today. So thanks for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next week. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. We made it halfway through the week, friends. The rest of the week is just a easy downhill slide from there. So be well.